Hello, and welcome to Seven Sacred Sisters. I'm Sarah, and today we're going to be doing a pick a card reading for what Spirit wants you to know. These readings are timeless, so trust that whenever you come to this reading, it is the correct time for you. Please also keep in mind that these are intuitive readings, so it's important to take what resonates and leave the rest. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed to the channel, left me a comment and a thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. If this is your first time here, please leave me a comment if the messages resonate with you. I love getting your feedback, and I read every comment. My intention with these videos is to be a clear channel for whatever Spirit wants you to know. I have ultimate trust that if you have found this video, you have been divinely led. If this is your first time doing a pick a card reading, allow me to explain briefly how this works. First of all, I'm so excited for you that this is your first pick a card reading because pick a card readings are so fun. This video contains 3 different tarot card readings. There's an image on the screen now that indicates each of these readings, pile 1, 2, and 3. The idea here is that you tune into your intuition and pick a pile based on whatever guidance you've received from your higher wisdom, whatever that means for you. I know this can be a bit nerve-wracking for some, so in a moment I'll also be playing a corresponding sound for each pile. Remember, there are no wrong choices here, so if you pick a pile and the message doesn't resonate, please feel free to check out a different pile. The timestamps will be in the description box below. If you've already received guidance at this point on which pile to pick, please feel free to skip ahead. And if you'd like to hang around for a moment to hear the corresponding sounds, I will be playing them now. Pile 1. Pile 2. Pile 3. Okay, so now that I've played each of the tones, please choose the pile that you have been led to choose and head over to the timestamp in the description box below. See you in the reading. Hello everyone, and welcome to pile number 1. I know that traditionally pick a card readings have the cards pre-picked, but I feel like the energy flows better when you pick the cards live. So let's get right into it. This is for pile number 1. Woo. Flew right out. 9 of Wands. I'm going to do 3 tarot cards and possibly an oracle or 2. 7 of Swords. Ooh. Ace of Wands. Eight of Wands. Wow. It's intense. I shuffled these cards a lot. Okay. So I'm getting that some of you have been on a very long journey here, that whatever you have been through recently or in 2020 perhaps has been quite intense, quite heavy. You've had to be a warrior and make it through a cycle of what I'm getting is kind of like stops and starts, stops and starts. And the 9 of Wands is showing up to tell you that the end of the cycle is almost here, and a new start, new fresh beginning is on its way if it hasn't already arrived to you. But what I'm getting is that you may have had to confront yourself or somebody else. 7 of Swords usually indicates someone lies, stealing, cheating, deception. And it's very beautiful, this card, compared to the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck. But if this reading is for you, and this isn't a reading about somebody else, I say that there's something about your path forward that you have been running away from or cheating yourself out of, because perhaps you went along the path and you felt like it was never going to yield any results. You weren't going to be able to put the burdens down. And so it feels almost like you are running away from this new start with some ideas about what worked and what didn't, and you're kind of just trying to save yourself. But I think you're actually cheating yourself out of this new start by doing that. And I think you probably know that, since you're looking to the future, you're looking to the past, which is, I would say, in the direction of these cards, the future of what you're walking away from potentially. So I would suggest as well that this is actually a good sign that that there seems to be, there is the action, but there's also the pause to think about it. There's the pause in action that's looking forward towards this new opportunity, this new beginning, this new inspiration. And there's going to be messages coming in quick to tell you about this new start. This could also be a love relationship where perhaps you felt like left out in the cold. The other person wasn't giving you the communication you were waiting for. Maybe they were lying, maybe they were cheating. They weren't giving you all of them, all of the truth of them. And this is going to be revealed to you, or this behavior is going to be revealed, and it's going to come in quick, whether it's maybe someone approaching them to tell them that they've seen this behavior, or maybe you will find out perhaps about this behavior coming in. I just want one more. I'm going to clarify the Seven of Swords. What's the Seven of Swords about? Oh, the Magician. The Magician. And the Ace of Wands. Yeah, so what I said initially about, it's almost like you're cheating yourself out of this fresh start because it was too heavy. You went down the path for so long, and you didn't feel like it was yielding any results, and you kind of feel like you have to cut your losses and just move ahead. Three of Swords. So you're all up in your head probably about it. It's hurting. It's hurting you. It's bringing up old wounds. I got this in another reading as well, the Ace of Wands and the Three of Swords. And so I'm wondering if this is also an invitation from Spirit to have some of these old belief patterns. Sorry, I just dropped a whole whack of cards on the ground. Some of these old thought patterns that aren't serving you anymore, perhaps from your childhood, something you inherited, and it's stopping you from moving forward. It's stopping you from realizing that you are the creator of your own destiny, and that you have the power to create what you want. But if you are doing a disservice to yourself with the Seven of Swords, that is only going to keep these old belief systems, this old way of being, buried in the ground. It's not going to help you release them. And I see that you've perhaps even done the work to release a good portion of them, but you still have to get those two swords. Okay, what's this Eight of Wands about, please? Ooh. Yeah, interesting. You got two cards. So the King of Wands and the Six of Wands. So much fire energy here. My God. So perhaps this is a business situation. Maybe you invested in a business idea with somebody else and it just wasn't working out. And you're just like, okay, we should just cut our losses. 2020 was like a crapshoot. Like we should start from scratch. There's no way that this is going to work for, like, there's no way that this is going to work out. And perhaps your business partner came forward and said, no, there is a way. I have this idea. I've been inspired. There is this new beginning. There is this new way to move forward. And they've tried to approach you quickly to bring in that information to you. I say that because the King of Wands is the entrepreneur card. It's the visionary. Very charismatic, kind, likes to consider everyone else's perspective, is firm, but is sees the big picture. And Six of Wands is traditionally a victory card. So whomever your partner is, or if this is a love relationship, you know, it looks like they're going to come in and try to mend this and say, hey, if we can just release these old stories, then we can move forward. And they're really considering it. They're seeing the potential. They see that it's going to take strength on your part to release these old narratives or release what was lost in the past in order to move forward and to have this victory that you're owed, it seems like. And I know that this is kind of it's not an easy thing to hear, so take it if it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. But the Magician underneath the Seven of Swords is also, it's two things. So if this is about you, then this is you lying, cheating, stealing from yourself, from doing the work, possibly from doing the shadow work that Spirit's asking you to do. They're trying to illuminate the way forward so that you can release this and have a new beginning, this heartache, this conditioning, this social template that we've all incarnated here with. Not all of us, but you know certain ones, like certain social structures and belief systems, things like worthiness, or I want to say abundance, but there aren't any pentacles on the ground here. So I think this is a belief system about yourself, or about love, or about partnerships, connections with others, about career opportunities, creative endeavors, rather. So, or all of the above, perhaps. So the thing that I want to say that's not popular is that as the Magician, this is calling us to realize that we create everything in our reality. So if this is about another person, where you felt like you were left out, like just waiting to see if they were ever going to show up, and it felt difficult, and because you knew they were lying, and this came to the light. You understood that this was happening on some level, which is why the next card is the 10. Like, you do have the 10 of Wands here, so it's quite burdensome. And so the thing I want to say, and I keep kind of avoiding it, I guess, is that we create everything in our reality. So, and I know that seems kind of holier than thou, and it kind of is, it can feel kind of soapboxy, and it's from the person, I can feel the person hearing this being like annoyed and enraged, but like also knowing that there is some truth in what I'm saying, which is that even the situations that we create that are unpleasant for ourselves, once we realize that we've created them, we have the power to choose a different reality. The Magician is all about going on the fool's journey. It's about knowing you can create whatever you desire, but also there's an ownership that comes into play here with the King of Wands. The King of Wands would take ownership for whatever it was that they created, and like use their fire, their passion to transmute it. So I think what you're being called to do here is to reassess the situation, and even if it's painful and difficult, realize that you've created it. Now, I'm not saying accept this person back that maybe cheated, lied, stole from you, or that you should proceed with a business that is it appears to be possibly failing, even though I don't see any pentacles here to support that. I would say you owe it to yourself above everything else, not even to the other person. You owe it to yourself to be the divine creator of your own life, and to release whatever it is these old narratives are about here with the Three of Swords. Okay, so I'm going to pick you a Goddess Guidance Oracle card, because we love these cards. And it feels like We need some support. We need some support here for group number one, pile number one. Also, there's going to be a positive outcome for doing this work, so you know, I know it can be hard, but I want to say, like, congratulations for doing the work. Like, you earned it. This is not easy, what we're all going through right now. And a lot of old stories are coming up to the surface to be transmuted. Athena, inner wisdom. You know what to do. Trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. Yeah. For some reason, I've kind of felt that you knew that. So it's just confronting yourself. Also, there's the white owl in this card, so, and there's the moon in the background, so perhaps that's an important symbol for some of you out there. So I recommend looking up owl, or maybe like horse energy, even though horses appear in the tarot quite regularly. But yeah, as always, I really like to encourage everyone to look for the synchronicities, look for the small keys in these messages to see if they lead you down the rabbit hole into something else. Okay, thanks group number one, and look forward to catching you next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello, group number two. If you picked pile number two, trust that this is your reading. Ooh, that's way too many. What are the messages for group number two? Okay. Six of Wands, Three of Wands, Justice, and the Ace of Wands. So for you, group number two, I'm getting that there was some type of success in the past that is leading you towards something isn't finished, something's not complete. There's a new beginning. There's some type of reward or success. Six of Wands is about a victory, a small victory. And the reason I say small is because here with the Three of Wands, I'm getting that you're still waiting for your ships to come in. There is still something that is missing. Not missing, but there's still a piece of the puzzle that you're waiting to come in to give you that stability of the Four of Wands, the opportunity to celebrate. This is interesting. I'm getting perhaps that some of you were engaged, have recently got engaged, and you're in the process of planning the wedding, or you're trying to, because with everything going on in the world right now, it feels a little bit uncertain about how it's going to play out, how you're going to plan a party, have people join together in celebration with you. Yeah, some questioning about how things are going to work out. But I would suggest that you've sown the seeds correctly. Like if you have the Six of Wands in a past position here, I'd like to suggest that the Four of Wands is coming in, but you're waiting on something. Maybe you're waiting on your divorce papers to be finalized. Maybe there is some type of legal situation that you're in that you need to have come and weigh in on the situation so that you get your your fourth wand so that you can build this stable future that you're looking to create. Okay, I'm just gonna, yeah. So I was just, as I was thinking, I'd like to clarify the Ace of Wands, and I got the Six of Pentacles. So Six of Pentacles is about equal give and take. It's reciprocity. It's exchanging gifts. So perhaps there is a legal battle that you're dealing with, an inheritance perhaps that you're owed, that you're waiting to have come in, that's going to be able to give you that stability or that brand new start. Ooh. More cards than I wanted, but let's see. Yeah. Page of Wands, the Eight of Swords, and the Five of Pentacles all just flew out. So I'll take them, and I think it's possible that in this waiting you may have felt left out in the cold. You may have felt like you didn't have enough, and you had to possibly rely on other people's generosity and good service to help you get through. And I'm getting as well that this is also a perspective, that there's a thought process that's keeping you attached to this feeling of lack. But the good news about the Five of Pentacles is that it implies change. It implies a shifting of an outcome, the way that something is going to work out, that there's possibilities. That's what I'm trying to get out. There's options, there's opportunities. Whenever we feel that there isn't enough, or that we are restricted in some way, in realizing here with the Ace of Wands, that in realizing that we have the ability to shift from here and change this and release ourselves from this self-imposed prison, this anxiety. We can untie ourselves. We can take the blindfold off. That there is always abundance. There is it is possible to adopt the belief system that the universe provides, that you will be supported, and that things will work out for the best for you in any given situation. With the Page of Wands here, Page of Wands is kind of like, it's usually like the apprentice, but in this case, because I would say that this could be a marriage or a divorce or some type of legal situation that's stopping you from perhaps moving forward. I want to say here, rather than the apprentice energy, I want to say that there's a lesson here that you're getting. There's this is one of your core lessons that Spirit is ushering you into this new way of being, this new chapter, this new part of our lives that we're all entering into. And so you've up-leveled from the Ace to the 10, or the 10 to the Ace, depending on how you look at it, of Wands, and you're the Page now. But you have to, not that you have to, but that you are just a page because you are learning from the lesson. You have to confront the things that aren't, the energies that are that aren't serving you. Perhaps you're thinking too much negatively about what the outcome of this situation will be. You don't see, because you're blindfolded, you don't see the new beginning that's coming in. You don't see your fourth wand coming in to give you that stability. And, people think, the Four of Wands is a very stable card. It's like being on the path. It's like, it's divinely guided. But in order to have that fun celebration, to be in a creative energy, to feel passionate, there is kind of that underneath feeling of, how we feel about money, perhaps, how we see that reality outwardly in the physical 3D. And a lot of times comes down to like physical, tangible things like, where is the party going to happen? Or where is the money going to come from so that we can have that party, that celebration, that reward, the success. So this has been a recurring theme here for some of the readings that I've done just today, about allowing what comes to the surface that we would rather not look at, that gives us like stress and anxiety, makes us feel trapped, makes us feel like we're lacking in some way. Spirit is bringing this to the surface for you to look at as the apprentice and say, hey, this doesn't have to be my future. I don't have to taint the positive outcome of this scenario by overthinking about it and putting myself in a lack mentality or consciousness or fear or struggle, strife, you know? Because on the other side, it's showing us here that you will be taken care of, you will be provided for. So set your mind to what it is you want to create, not the possibilities of like, what's the worst thing that could happen. I'm going to pull you a Goddess Guidance Oracle card. These cards are so loving and supportive in our growth, and I think we're all going through this right now. So if you picked this group number 2, know that you're not alone, that you're held and supported and loved. Okay, I have White Tara. Sensitivity. You're becoming increasingly sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. So yeah, if that resonates with you, and you know, perhaps that's what this is about here. Maybe you're around other people that are blocking your vision of this new beginning and start that's certainly coming in for you. And if that's the case, then you know, I would say the best thing for you to do is stand in your own power and you know, be clear about what it is that you want to manifest moving forward. Okay, group number 2, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I look forward to being with you in this next now moment. Take care for now. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 3. If you picked pile number 3, trust that this message is for you and that you've been intuitively guided to this pile. The cards have just been flying out of the deck. I just finished the reading for pile number 2, and the cards are just going crazy. I like to make sure I do a good amount of shuffling in between, but the cards are just wanting to fly out now. It's like, oh, they're all excited to share what this message is. So perhaps group number 3, you're feeling some pretty intense energy. Maybe you're feeling a lot of like start energy, a lot of fiery energy, a lot of get up and go energy. Ooh. I'll say, okay, I'm just gonna take those since they're just gonna keep falling out otherwise. Sorry for the camera moving there. Okay, so I've got the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Pentacles, Temperance, and the Nine of Wands. Okay, so just to start, let's see what we have on the bottom. The Fool. So from what I got initially, just from the energy of these cards, is that there's some real like passionate energy coming forward. The Wheel of Fortune is, in this particular deck, I think of it as the incorporating of the all the shadow work that you've done, the incorporating the light and the darkness, and for your hard work, because certainly this is hard work doing shadow work, you're going to be rewarded in some way, shape, or form. Spirit is coming in to give you a gift for all the patience and the hard work that you've put into, you know, this process that you've been working through, whatever that might be for you. It's possible that you have already taken a leap of faith towards something, this also, it kind of echoes portal energy for me here, having the zero of the Fool, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Ace of Pentacles. I don't know, maybe you're getting like, maybe you're gonna get a sum of money that has 3 zeros in it. But this kind of feels like bullseye. This feels like if you invested in something, you're going to see the return. If you took, if you're one of those people who invested in GameStop stock, for example, and you took a risk and you rolled the dice, I'm getting that perhaps this is the reward for your patience, for holding the line, as they say online. Even when it felt like you had to trust in something and have patience and faith in something that was elusive, and it felt heavy. It feels like you had to be a warrior. You had to be patient and take that time to see the reward. Yeah, it definitely feels like an investment. Definitely feels as well like the winds are changing. I feel like a breeze. Like I feel like this pentacle, this Ace of Pentacles, is coming in on the wind for you, and it's a reward for, you know, all your hard work that's clearly here. And I don't I feel like this is more of like a succession of events rather than a not succession. I guess what I mean to say is I don't feel like this is necessarily in order. I feel like it's kind of like an overall theme of what's happening. So it's like the Wheel of Fortune spins and there's this opportunity to make an investment or to make money, to earn money, to buy a house, or to like maybe you've received a gift, or maybe you even had an inclination. Yeah, maybe you had an inclination that something was going to come in, that something's changing. And I think we all feel that in a certain way for sure. But that Temperance is here. Yeah, I'm getting a big confirm about that. Temperance is here is to remind us that we need to be patient in waiting for that to come forward. Yeah. Four of Pentacles and the Empress. So actually I do really think that these belong here. So it's funny because the Four of Pentacles, yes, it's somebody who's holding on tight to something, but in this deck I don't actually feel that this person is holding on tight. It feels like they are very grounded. It feels like pillar of light energy, like the light is pooling at their feet, and they're using this like stable, grounded energy. They're channeling it through their body. They're holding it in their heart, and they're, you know, it's in front of their heart, but also I'm getting like their solar plexus chakra, which is the will, and it's also above the crown. So you are really channeling this down into reality, into the divine. Or sorry, not into the divine, but into the divine body that is you, but you're bringing it in from spirit. You're being the frequency of abundance is what I'm trying to get out here. And it's interesting that Temperance and the Empress are here, because the Empress is somebody who has the Midas touch. They know that they are abundant. They know that they can grow things, that things can be, in being in the divine energy, things can be very fertile, and that a little bit of patience goes a long way when you're trying to grow something. So this, to me, the Four of Pentacles seems like, you know, you're on the divine path. Fours are about being led. It feels like the Fours feels like destiny. It feels like protected on all sides. So the Four of Pentacles is, you know, thinking about where you want to invest your money. I'm definitely getting that. And, you know, because the Empress can also indicate birthing something into reality, there's the implication of the gestation period for how long it takes to birth something into reality. So maybe you've been investing in a certain stock or anything for a certain amount of time, and it's required patience, and you've had to like look and see what changes are happening, what other people are doing, and remain patient and open. And maybe this is 3, 6, or 9 months you've been holding on to a certain amount of stocks. Maybe it's even longer. Maybe it's 3, 6, or 9 years, but I'm not getting that from the Empress card. Maybe it's 4 years with the Four of Pentacles. That would make a little bit more sense. Or maybe you invested for 7 years, and I'm getting also, this is possibly an end of a 7-year cycle for you. I am a novice astrologer, but for some reason, I'm being told, look up if there are any planets that happen in, that their movement occurs in 7-year cycles. I feel like there is a planet, but it's not coming to me which it is. So maybe it's Uranus. So maybe there's some of you watching are Taurus or other earth energy, Capricorn, Virgo. This also feels like a change of events, like a lucky new start after having a lot of burdens, feeling left out in the cold. Yeah, Ace of Swords. So there's a truth that's been revealed. Maybe, I really feel like maybe there are some of you who have got some insight into how to invest your money or how to move forward on a certain path. Maybe some of you are trying something new for work or career, the way you make money. And you have a little bit of money that you can work with. I say a little bit, I mean, it could be a fair amount, but let's say you have some money and you weren't sure about how to move forward with it. I feel like Spirit came in and rolled the dice and you got some downloads or some information coming in, some wisdom about how to move forward. So I'm just going to pull one last card for the Nine of Wands, because I feel that it's possible a lot of us, this Nine of Wands card, it feels like so many of us have just fought an uphill battle for like forever. I know Capricorn energy really feels like that. Saturn and Capricorn really felt like that for me personally. So I know that I must be mentioning it for some of you out there who are listening. So let's see, Nine of Pentacles, or sorry, Nine of Pentacles, interesting. So maybe this change is going to make you that secure, happy, let me pull up the card. I said Nine of Pentacles, but let's pull up the card so I can, oh, here it is, not too far away. So maybe this scenario is going to make you feel like that happy, healthy, independent person who doesn't want for anything, doesn't need anybody, doesn't need anything, because they have the abundance. They've grown, they planted the seeds in fertile land, and they were wise. They were very wise in how they invested their energy, knowledge, physical, tangible money, perhaps. So yeah, interesting that I called the Nine of Wands, and also on the bottom of the deck I have the Knight of Swords. So definitely that's a message coming in for some of you, that I was supposed to pull the Nine of Pentacles out for you to see as well. So the card that I did get though is the Six of Cups. So I recently discussed this in a chat just this last weekend, actually, with Guiding Halo. Check it out. The video is on the channel. It was an amazing talk we had. But the Six of Cups, I recently learned, is about an element of magic. And that there's something about the innocence of childhood that leaves people... there's something about being able to be in your childhood energy, remembering the innocence of being a child before all of the structures and belief systems and systems of operation within the world were really cemented, were really conditioned for you, and realizing, or not realizing, but as an adult understanding that there's something about feelings about things that are in the world that aren't tainted by, you know, experiences of reality that seem foreign. It's like there's an innocence that comes with this. And also, this is about reminiscing about how something was in the past. So if this is about investing money, or how you've earned money, or how you were maybe in the past, you know, we did have a stock market crash back in 2009. So, you know, this worry possibly that you have, this feeling of like, oh my God, like, are we gonna get the 10 of Wands and I'm just gonna throw this burden down, and it's not gonna work out kind of energy, being influenced by past situations, emotions, possibly even loss. I want to encourage you that anything that you feel about the past it's kind of like an unnecessary fear. If anything, this Six of Cups is coming up, it's to remind you of the childhood wonder, and that magic can happen in any now moment that you so choose to see the magic of that moment, of that synchronicity, of that information that comes in, that knowledge that you've gained, whatever this is for you. But I mean, these cards are pretty positive, so I would suggest that in the whole scheme of things, you know, worrying about what happened in the past is very small relative to the work that you've put in to, maybe you've made a stand to confront some of your condition and be like, no, I'm going to take a chance on the fact that I create my reality, and I am going to set my gaze towards what I can create, even if it feels like all odds are against me, or that that I'm gonna need to be patient. It's like you're willing to see it through to the end. And part of that is, I mean, you're not being ignorant of what's happened in the past, but it's also using that childhood wonder to imagine any possible like outcome or reality. Bast, independent. Your independence is a foundation for your strength and success. So yeah, if you made an effort to invest beyond it, like invest money or your time or whatever it is, it's like you've realized that the person with the key is yourself. And by operating through your individual power, you can create abundance. And this independent card reminds me of the Nine of Pentacles. It's the happy, healthy, single person card. So there isn't a reliance here on anyone else. Like, the only card that has two people is the Wheel of Fortune, and like I said, this card really reminds me more of shadow work personally, but also this is the fixed signs, and this seems quite positive. Like, I'm really excited for you guys that you're able to take something in the past that may have made you feel like this isn't going to work out, but this definitely feels like it's going to work out. So I did want to just point out here at the end, I said when I was talking about the Nine of Wands, I called it the Nine of Pentacles. So maybe look up number 99, because I was referencing the Nine of Pentacles with the Nine of Wands. So that might be an important number for somebody here watching. Okay, group number 3, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I look forward to seeing you in this next now moment. Take care for now. Bye-bye.